You have 10,000 Instagram followers. People all over are retweeting everything you say, and you have about 1 million friends on Facebook. And technology makes it possible for you to be a self-contained media mogul. But is that enough? This is what I wish you knew about millennials and the measures of success. We live in a time when a YouTube show can turn you into a Hollywood star, and the music you drop on SoundCloud can get you a deal with a label, or a spot here as a regular panelist on I Wish You Knew. Is the internet popularity really popping? And what does success mean for millennials? Here to tell you what they wish you knew are...
Hey, I'm Yasmin.
What's up? I'm Zeppelin.
Hello, I am Brittany Timmons.
And I'm Caleb.
Okay, panel. So with everything that we are pursuing, how do we define success?
Success is being happy and being able to sustain in life and make some money. You don't have to be rich,
Right.
but if you're happy with what you're doing, that to me is success.
What about for you?
I think it's setting a goal and then achieving it at any level. Because what I found is that like a lot of the times you don't have like full control over what it is that like you want to accomplish because there's other people involved and you can't control them. You can only control what you do. And so I found it to kind of just be like setting a personal goal and like constantly achieving that day in and day out. And then that's
And
what,
finishing and
yeah,
completing
right,
it.
exactly.
Because you set out for something, so you want to come out with it with that goal accomplished.
Yeah.
What about for you, Brittany?
I think it's changed over time. You know, when you were younger, you was like, okay, I want to do all these different things, be a lawyer, be a doctor, be a teacher. Then you start to understand that your parents have certain expectations for you, and maybe they want to see you achieve this, and they want you to do this, and they're trying to persuade you to get into this and let you try out different things. But as you come out of those phases and you come into adulthood, it's about what you want. That being, if I don't want to work for somebody and I want to start my own business and I want to do this or that, then that's what I'm going to do. So I feel at this age right now, it's about what I set my mind to do and me just actually working towards pursuing it and understand it's going to take some time. It's not going to come overnight. But dreaming big and not just being minimalizing these small businesses and things of just working for somebody, but understanding that if I want more and if I want to own this business and do this thing, I can also achieve that, and that's what I work towards.
Yeah.
That's truth right there. What about for you, Caleb?
Success for me is simple, getting paid to what I love to do.
The passion.
The passion. If I love
Absolutely.
making music, if I love making art, a makeup artist, if I just love making sandwiches, I want to make the best sandwich and getting paid for it.
That was a great example.
Yes.
But that's what I think millennials, we do chase our passions, and that's something that I know my parents didn't always do. They gave up things and sacrificed based on the time period and reality of, no, let me just work, I got a family to take care of. But I know for millennials, one thing I know a lot of people are doing is chasing their dreams and chasing what they're passionate about. And even though they don't have it now, they see such success in just being like, okay, I wake up every day and I'm pursuing my business, and I know one day that thing gonna
Like
pop
the 9 to
off.
5 pays for the passion.
Yeah.
It pays for the dream. Because you gotta be fed. You gotta have a roof on top of your head.
Right.
But you want that balance. And I think that's a great thing about millennials for us is because we're just on that hustle mindset. Like we want to get down, get dirty.
You gotta secure the
We're
bag.
trying to hit like a
You do
dual
the next
control
thing.
type of thing.
But you know, some of us, that's true. But I think also a lot of us aren't even satisfied with the 9 to 5, and some of us just walk away. You know, like the young man. Yeah, like you're right.
And
Like I don't work a
before
9 to
that.
5, and I never. Well, I have, but only summer internships. Like I started with the nonprofit. Started at 16 years old. Didn't start getting paid until 23 years old. Right. But I just think it's so amazing that we have this courage and this bravery to step outside of the box that society wants to put us in, because even my grandmother would always be like, you need to just go ahead and get yourself a government job, and just, that's supposed to be the rest of my life. But it's like, but that doesn't make me happy.
You have a government job, you'll be successful. You have a 401k,
Right.
you'll have something to fall on at the end. But that's not everyone's goal at the
What I
end of
love
the day.
about us as millennials, we don't go that traditional route. high school, college, kids, and then career. That's not, I don't think, what we're about. Success to us is doing like that passion, doing what we want to do.
I think that I'm just for the purposes of playing devil's advocate though, like where does the actual tangible value lie in chasing your passion if it's not based on some sort of benchmark? Because you could have somebody who's like, oh man, like I love to act or I love to do these things, and you're just doing them, but like where's the benchmark?
I think I would dare to say that your passion is connected to your purpose. Your passion, the things that you do well are often connected to your purpose. And when you're connected with your purpose, not only are you doing what makes you energize, what you would do for free, they always ask, well, what is the one thing that you would do every day, all day for free? And that right there is not only for your benefit, but it also blesses other people.
But you can't have no family and
Yes,
pay
you
for a roof
can.
over your head
Oh, yes, you can.
for free your entire life.
No, you can't.
No.
It's about a balance.
You monetize it. You monetize your passion.
But you all just said that it was just doing what you love. Like
No,
where
no,
are
no,
the benchmarks at?
Tag me in.
Tag.
It's also about being smart. So, example, if I know I want to be
Y'all
an
didn't say that
actress,
though. You just said do what you love all day. I'm just saying that I make sandwiches all day for everything. I'm making no money.
Being smart. Like if I know I'm in this certain field, millennials, I know we'll try to get in the doors of at least things that's going to benefit us. I know a lot of people that have the mindset of if it's not benefiting to what I really want to do, I have no purpose of even being in that room. Example, I'm working at this place and you're not going to get me on a stage or in front of somebody, or you're not adding to the skills to help me develop. So even this having your own part-time flow of, okay, I need to make 100. I have a friend, she'd be like, look, I need to make $100 in an hour. So what does she go do? She goes into Uber. Not that I have to go clock in with somebody else, but I'm going to sit here and I'm going to make my own coin on my time, my way. So I think it's...
But that sounds more tangible now.
Good.
Because I'm saying now it's like money's involved.
We so happy-go-lucky,
This is
right?
such a great point, guys, but we've got to go take a break, but stay with us. We'll be right back with more. No, that point.
Why do I have to be white famous?
Floyd, it's your time. You are blowing up.
Welcome back to I Wish You Knew. It's a fictional show, but is there really such a thing as being white famous? And if so, is that how we define success?
It is a thing, but I don't think it's... Unfortunately, it's a definition of success.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. What is his name? The young, the comedian, the short guy that's
Kevin Hart?
Yes, Kevin Hart is white famous. Why? Because he can transfer his talents not only from a black audience or a minority, Hispanic audience, but just cross-cultural. This man is now one of the top money makers in the entire world.
Elevated his whole empire. Like, he created an empire. He's a brand.
Comedian has a shoe.
Tiffany Haddish.
Yes.
He's another one that just crossed over. But white famous to me unfortunately it does have a big part of what success is. Because you might be known in this community for something, and we may know you and show you respect. But when other
like Lonnie B.
Speak your name,
like Lonnie B.
Example, Taraji P. Henson, she accepted her award, and she said that people didn't used to know how to pronounce my name, and now these people are calling me, and now my name because of Cookie Lion and da. So it's like these people know your name, and it's a level to cross over to. It's sad, but it's like that's the truth.
And even I think she even measures her success not even by her age, because she always points out when she wins awards, like, I didn't come to LA until I was 25, 26, and I had a newborn baby, and they were saying, oh, you too old, you too late. But she came in and stormed
This is the height of her career.
This is the height of her career. She's
going.
like, it's so much more to do. So that really just shows you there's no deadline to when you can get to your passion and your full potential.
Success is not has no age.
I think that the term for me becomes problematic when it's connected to a race, meaning that like she was in all of these great films, but it wasn't that she was acknowledged until white people, you know, said, "Oh, you're good." Like I think that's when it becomes problematic. Yeah. I don't think it becomes problematic when you have the opportunity to just spread your art, to what you were saying earlier, your art and your craft with more people, because that usually is what is associated with, you know, white famous. You have bigger sponsorship deals, you can do larger arenas, you are in bigger budget things. And so you can spread your art with more people. I don't think that's problematic, but if it's only like, oh, you're white famous just because like white people have now validated you, like the Grammys versus the BET Awards conversation, that's when I think it becomes problematic, because we should be validating our own craft.
But is that important to millennials?
I don't necessarily think that it is important from the perspective of that's what we're chasing, but I think that that's kind of been like what the standard is. So for right now, we're still trying to define what that looks like for us.
Yeah. I think I see it a lot too in our work environments, because sometimes I feel like we have to play this part or play this role, or we have to kind of push back our culture and our old individual and to switch on what they call, oh, you gotta play white, you gotta play the white famous role. And I think I see it a lot in the work environment. Like I feel like we can't go in with our natural hair. We have to simmer down the lipsticks, and we can't do the light colors because of the color of our skin. So we gotta come in there, we gotta play the role, right? In order to feel like we gotta take those steps. But it's like, at what point? And I think we touched on this on another show with the peer pressure. It's like, at what point can we feel like we can be ourselves and not feel like we have to play someone that we not? And then when does that switch cut off? At what point in our careers does it cut off and cut on?
I love Issa. Okay, so Issa Rae, I remember back in the day when she did her YouTube series, Awkward Black Girl. Now it's been picked up by HBO, and it's called Insecure, and now it's a whole shift in, I mean, she's white famous now, right? If that's the term we're going with, but they still touch on those topics, and like Dear White People as well, the series, you know, like what does it mean to be black in a white America?
But I think things like that is finally getting acknowledged. Example, it is, you know, sometimes when you wear your natural hair in its natural state, it's considered that your hair isn't done. And I think the time is changing where things of that is starting to open up a little bit more. Like me coming in with braids or however my hair is, it's going to be a little accepting. And it's also about the person that you are. If this is how I'm going to wear my hair today, and for me it's done, it's done. If you have a problem with that, you're going to have to take that up with another thing. But I dare you try to challenge me and fire me because my hair is being worn like this. Now we have national TV that can be, you know, it can be talked about. So I think things like that is changing. For us as a culture in accepting our African culture in front of other people.
I know we got cornrows now in vogue. So now it's a fashion statement, but at first when we came to work with that, it's an issue.
And even the models.
That's all right, let's not go there. We gonna go there.
Because it gets me fired up.
But does it, you know, what is the fine line between us being ourselves and then it switching over to be like a moneymaker, you know, for the larger industries? Because I've noticed even with the models now, sometimes they used to always want straight hair, bone straight hair or curls or wavy curl wigs, weaves. Now they want you to come in with your natural hair.
And then that has anything to do with success. Like we feel like we do that, we're guaranteed success. Or are we not? Do we still have to work 10 times harder?
Yes.
We do.
We do. That's a given, right?
We always have to.
I believe that, yes, we don't want it to be white famous, but unfortunately, that's what it is. I mean, yes, I understand what you're saying, Zep, of like the fact that it's connected to a race, but being able to be an award-winning actor, these people kind of have to accept you and kind of help you push your career to the next level.
Everybody wants an Oscar, everybody wants a Grammy.
Absolutely.
But is that problematic for us actually changing the narrative of it? Like, when do we actually break down those lines if we never say at some point in time, all right, for our community, we're validating a BET award more than the Grammys? That's what I'm saying.
We need to value ourselves.
Like it's never going to change unless we actually start to validate it, because they're not going to change it for our community. We got to change it. So I'm saying, like, when does that shift start to happen?
Hoodie awards. We coming, Steve Harvey.
When Jay-Z boycotted the Grammys, and he the next year went to the BET Hip Hop Award.
Right, like these things have to happen.
People have to change.
Wait.
I mean,
They just don't even show up anymore. They don't show up for the awards.
I'm sorry, if you say I'm getting a Grammy or Oscar, you're going to go to that award
But
show.
wait, but we do though. I hear y'all, but I feel like we do validate ourselves.
How?
Like lots of who's the young lady the ooh. Like people, all of these young people, Cardi B, Cardi B. Yeah, and Cardi B, all these people who come up.
Right there, this conversation has been great, but we got to take a break. Stick around. I Wish You Knew will be right back in a few.
I just don't think it's that easy. I think what you're saying
Welcome back to I Wish You Knew. We are in some really great conversation, and it's getting touchy, it's getting heated. I feel Brittany. And that's what they're going for.
So when Beyonce performed at the Grammys, had the twins inside of her, did the whole lean back chair thing, right? All that, the Lemonade,
She
bomb
stepped
video,
everyone's edges.
all that
Just
sort of
put that
thing.
out there.
And Adele still took
right.
took home the biggest prize, which was the album of the year, and got on stage and was like,
she
yo, Beyonce should have
honored
won
her.
that.
She honored her for
It's
that.
like that.
But
Those
it
sorts.
takes people in those platforms such as Adele to recognize
to
when work is
recognize.
work and when it should be.
But we're talking about the association. Why is it that we
because
validate an
don't,
association?
First of all, a lot of us
who
don't go
doesn't
and
valid-
vote. I know you it's a voting thing. A lot of us don't go and do those things.
No one actually goes and votes.
So
on
then
the
why do
Grammys
we validate it then if we're not even voting it?
Because we're just
You
getting
want
to
to change
that
history,
now.
Zep, like immediately, and I don't think it's that easy. At the end of the day, an Oscar is an Oscar, a Grammy is a Grammy, a BET award is a BET
For who?
award.
Why is it like that for us? Because they've never validated our art. They validated white art. They never validated our art. So why do we validate their organization? That's what I'm saying.
Because it is about money. You meaning to tell me that these actors and these artists are going to stop showing up for Grammys and receiving these awards just because they want art to be validated? No,
don't think that's
And
what
that
he's saying.
standard is
Then
just
help me understand what he's saying.
that standard is instilled in society that basically that the Grammys, the Oscars are the pinnacle of the achievement.
Who set that standard?
But I'm saying that who set the standard?
people
Did we
We-
set the
we did
standard?
not set that
Red light,
standard.
you need to stop yelling
Yeah.
like that's the standard. Can we overpower and let our art be seen in different forms? Like Insecure's been, you got Insecure, you got what's the joint with the tipping of the cup? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Tipping of the cup?
No, the black guy when the white people tried to take over
Right.
him.
But even
Get out.
Get out.
You have
Okay.
these things that's starting to be in the work. Our black TV has never been at the peak of where it is today.
now,
But
yeah.
TV shows and actors
true.
on top.
Even
That's
So
true.
it's
With
coming,
Empire,
but it's a
Empire
work.
on Fox.
Yeah, it's a work. Blackish. This show on this come on, like
No,
black.
But I
But
think we're
even
becoming,
beyond
we're still a
entertainment, though.
commodity. Like we're still.
We have to think beyond entertainment,
Yes.
like our everyday lives, our careers, us like starting families now and going into houses. Like, is that forms of success?
Oh,
because
yes.
some people it's just like I want to get married, I want to have kids, I want to get the house with the white picket fence. That's a measure of success for them. Some people it's just I want to get my degree. Some people it's like I want to make 6 figures. But nowadays, like research is showing, a work-life balance and being happy is more of a measure of success than
especially
the money.
to millennials.
Yes.
Millennials especially.
Right, exactly. Like it's like if we're getting up and enjoying, have a passion for what we're going to do,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like work. And is that a moment of success?
As long as we just enjoy the job and we can have that, like you say, that work-life balance.
Yeah. Because who wants to get up
I
and be
think it is
miserable?
balance because I think millennials we find
for
enjoyment
what?
of doing things that, like example, our family don't do. Well, our generations before us didn't do. Vacation during the summertime was sometimes just going to go visit the family down south or going to Virginia
Going to the
Beach.
local
That was
beaches.
when
Pina
we
colada.
traveled. So we successful
In Hawaii,
being able to
honey.
work, and then in the summertime say, okay, I'm traveling the country with my friends. We're going
Exactly.
to Aruba or we're going to da da da. So I think for different people, it's different. Some people want the kids and they want the family. I know friends is getting locked down. They got rings and stuff.
Not locked
and
down.
I'm here like,
Ain't
nothing wrong with it.
But some of us are real
Let's go
career
do it.
driven. Like I feel like some of us want that first. Some of us are able to have the balance of family and
Yeah.
career
Yes.
because that is
Yes.
really difficult. And a lot
Yes.
of us as millennials
Yes.
now, we have going into that transition. And then some of us feel like we want to be successful financially and have that stability
Right.
before we go into
Hello.
the family aspect.
Yeah.
So it's different for everybody.
You know what I would say to this in terms of success? Like, okay, so, you know, success is pretty much what an individual defines success as. However, for me, my pinnacle idea of success would be I do want to be married, you know, and have a husband and some children, but the husband, like, I want us to travel together.
Right.
I want us to be able to be stable, not have to worry about food, because that was the whole struggle my whole life.
Yes,
you know,
you
being
don't wanna
poverty
redo that all
line.
over again.
Right.
Child,
And
no.
so, and then too, having someone who supports a woman that is outspoken.
Partnership.
Right, partnership. A woman who's a speaker, who's a preacher, right?
Right.
And that's something that I don't think could always happen, you know, in the 80s and before. So we're in a new time, and I think anything is possible. People always tell me, the older folks like Generation X and all, and the baby boomers, they be like, you can't have it all, Yasmin. And I'm like, why not?
Why not? Because
Why not?
doing it.
Facts.
Why not? Why can't I have the family and the stable income and the traveling
Women's
and
mindset have changed. I'm not a stay-at-home.
I would
Yeah,
never.
no, it's not
Like, we
happening.
have
It's not the
voices, and
50s
we
no more.
voice
Yeah.
that we have that. What about for you guys? Like, what is, like, Kayla, for you, like, what measures your success for you personally?
I'm gonna be cliche and just say happiness. If I get up every single day and love what I'm doing,
Absolutely.
that's what I value as success. If I hate my job, then as millennials, you know, we have 2-3 hustles, side hustles.
Okay.
I'm in school, I go to job, I do
do hair.
Uber on the weekends.
Right.
That's just what we have to do.
Uber, yes.
I think goal achievement, though, for me is still extremely important. Like, I don't think that I've completely moved into the esoteric, higher, upper echelon space that y'all are in, to where, like, if I'm, like, doing what I love,
You being
know what I'm
humble.
saying? Like, I'm doing, like,
This is someone to be taking pictures with
I'm
celebrities every
not
other
there
week.
yet.
I don't
You
let
know
it
what I'm
get
saying?
twisted.
Like,
The goals are still there.
like, you know,
being humble, man.
Now finish this point. Go
no,
ahead.
that's not what I was saying.
He is like the best humble bragger.
No,
Right,
no,
he's the
no,
humble one.
no, I'm saying that, like, I think that, like the happiness, like, you know what I'm saying, I think that that's dope, but, like, for me, it's still like that, like, consistent goal achievement and being able to do that. I would love to wake up and be like, man, I'm doing what I love, I'm happy, but I still don't feel that yet. Like, I still feel like, as long as I'm like grinding and that sort of thing, like, I think I'll probably reach a point of where I feel like it's full success once I've checked off some of those things, but right now it's still connected to the grind.
But I think for me, I think the goals and the happiness goes together. Like, example, I'm achieving my goals, but at the same time, I'm happy. So it's like, yeah, I have some major things that I want to do, but it's certain things that I know I don't want to do that I know is going to make me feel a certain type of way. Example, working jobs that's not flexible to help me lead into my goal. I can't be sitting here working at the office filing papers when it's things I know I need to be doing on my behalf. So for me, it goes hand in hand. Yeah, I'm securing bags. Yeah, I'm getting this coin, but I'm also working on a goal at the same time. So I think, from my perspective, the happiness and the chasing the goal and hustling and grinding, being able to hang with friends and have that balance, if it's all intertwining and it's flowing and I feel like every day I'm scratching something off the list, or about it in next week I'll be scratching this off the list. I see the growth, and it's happiness in the hustle and the struggle. So that's where I am with my pursuit.
I love it. It's all about the
success.
journey. We always have a great journey. As always, this is a great discussion. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you again next time on I Wish You Knew. I'm so serious. Like, it's so hard though.